So we're allowed to decorate outside of our rooms, which is important because this is a building only for elderly and disabled people. And some of us, myself included, get very disoriented and are not sure which apartment is ours. In fact, there's many occasions in which a man enters the wrong apartment and there's way too many people who are very old and do not lock their doors because they're used to a safer world than they live in. It's not good. But expect anything that you put on your walls to be stolen off of your walls. These doors, also very easy to kick in, break in. A screwdriver or a drill will definitely do the trick. And to smoke. So that's nice that we have that. This is an air conditioning unit out in plain sight that you can see has mold all over it. As soon as I mentioned that my filter hadn't been changed, all my neighbors were like, "Oh yeah, they only had enough filters for the top 2 floors." Why would that be? Maybe because the air quality on the 12th floor is so bad. A neighbor there has a meter that reads out the air quality, a mold detector, and it is never in the green. It is always unlivable. And so what this neighbor has done is filled their apartment with plants, hoping to mitigate the toxic mold blasting into her apartment. This is the elevator I would prefer to be on because this is the one that they sent the part that broke out to be refurbished instead of buying a new part. This elevator also does not have an inspection because it hasn't been properly inspected. These elevators are not up to snuff, and that's why they're breaking down. If the inspection was current, so it's not there. To here. Luckily, I wasn't in my chair, so I was able to just step out into the lobby. But if I had been in my power wheelchair, I would have absolutely been trapped in there. That wouldn't have been good. Yeah, no, that definitely wouldn't have been good. So here's the laundry room. I hesitate to even set foot in the laundry room because this laundry room is infested with bed bugs. We're getting bed bugs from the laundry room. Dude, stop using the laundry room. Yeah. No, man, like even like me even setting foot in here, like I could be getting bed bugs. Like seriously, like do not use the laundry room at all. I'm trying to warn everybody about it. And actually I'm blowing the whole whistle on this slum ghetto right now, live. So yeah, man. I know.
You found a note that I'm gonna come down here.
I know, and if the office would issue that the bed bug problem keeps being perpetuated because it's happening from the laundry room, but they're not doing that. Yeah, they're leaving it to us to tell everybody.
I'm washing rugs. You mean if I put them in the dryer?
Make sure you're washing everything on the highest heat that you can. But even so, like honestly, like I've seen them crawl out of the chair you're sitting in. Like the laundry room is infested. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know.
I've never even. I'm sorry. I wish I'd have known.
Well, a lot of good eyesight to see, so yeah, like it's up to us who are young or healthy.
So you must have a relative that lives here.
No, I live here. No, yeah, I'm the disabled person that lives here. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think we've met before. I moved in last March.
I've lived here since 2012, and I never used a lot except to wash rugs and curtains, and that's the only reason why I'm down.
Well, I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Now if I dry my rugs in high heat, will that help it?
That'll help it, but really what you should do is everything that you have in this laundry room, bag it up, double bag it in heavy duty trash bags and just let it sit there for whatever the full month of that bug cycle life is. I think it might be 4 months you've got to leave it sit there. But yeah, just to be safe.
Hey, but Charlotte, give me those. He said those here.
But headaches, and I ask you to participate in any of the community events without earplugs in, and it kind of diminishes the point of participating in the event when you have earplugs in, because then you can't talk to your neighbors about anything, right? So that really sucks. And here's the security that we've got going on there. But there's no security watching people from stealing your mail. And trust me, they'll steal your packages. If FedEx, UPS just drops them off here, you won't get those packages. And actually, if you don't get to your door for your grocery delivery within 10 minutes of them knocking on your door, your grocery delivery will be ransacked. So I, as a disabled person who cannot drive myself at all to obtain groceries, can no longer order groceries over the internet because it's just throwing money away, because there's no guarantee that I will be able to get up out of bed due to my debilitating pain condition to get to that grocery order. And that's if the person actually brings it to my floor, because we live in an era where any Yahoo meth that can be a delivery person, and they just skip right in here and they set it on the bench, and it gets ransacked. Here's the office. It's never open. You never just walk into the office and talk to anybody, and that's what a slumlord wants. They don't want you to be able to talk to anybody. And the maintenance request, it's not electronic at all. It's a slip of paper. Now, I have every maintenance request photograph that I've ever submitted to this apartment, and I have proof of everything they're neglecting, because all I did was put it right in the service request hole right here. There's also no proof that you paid your rent, because it's just a box that you put your check in. So I photograph every time I'm putting my check into the rent box, because I have lived in slums for the last 2 decades of my life, and I know how not to be screwed over by the office claiming I didn't pay my rent. Shit, I lived in an apartment where they had a major cocaine operation on the 3rd floor. Didn't rent out any apartments because it was a major cocaine operation. Oh, look, here's somebody from the office now.
Are you having a problem? What's going on?
Oh, no, I don't have a problem.
Okay, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
Okay, we're good then. Is he here?
So all of this sitting here, this would be my job. This is what I do in service to my community. You know, I seek to be in service to God and in service to my community every day that I get myself right with myself. So what my job would be, because I have my little jazzy scooter, would be to take all of the mail that's left here to the individual's door, knock on the door loud enough for them to come to the door, and hand them their mail. But I'm not in my chair today, because I don't want to get stuck in the elevator. I'm not putting any extra weight in that thing. And I'm not getting my chair stuck down here for it to be subject to the yahoos in the office when I can't get back up to my apartment either. So don't sit on any of the furniture, even here in the common room. I mean, by now you should know, don't ever come here and think that you want your loved one or yourself to live here. But you will get bed bugs from absolutely anything in this entire apartment complex. Do not sit on this furniture. It doesn't matter how clean or nice it looks. Bed bug infestation. I mean infestation. The roaches are also out of control too, but hey, roaches are out of control in every slum. I ain't never lived in a slum that's got a bed bug infestation like this, yo. It's fierce. It is fierce. Now, my understanding is that the reason that the air quality is worse on the A side is because the this would be the A side here we're looking at. This is the A tower. I live in the B tower. My understanding is the air quality is worse on the A side because of some way that it's set up. I'm not sure. But I have been informed that if you were to look down into that you threw up because it's that vile and disgusting. So this is the trash area. Usually this will be piled high with mattresses and furniture because everyone is just throwing everything away all the time, trying to get rid of the bed bugs. And you can't get rid of the bed bugs because they're just part of the building. But there's also derelict residents who drag things in from the street. You know, meth addicts, they sure love to shop the garbage and resell on Craigslist and Mercari and all of the Facebook online community shops. I can't see my screen. Then you could continue smoking. You still had to go 20 feet away at all. Transitioned from a smoking community to a non-smoking community. Now, it just seems to me that it rather behooves Santa Fe Towers slumlord management, young management, to have a smoking building if they also have ventilation that is toxic black mold contributing to lung problems also. Because it's a lot easier to say, oh, well, that person went to the hospital for their lungs, but they're a smoker, right? Right. It's incredibly hot out here. It's incredibly hot in my apartment, though, too. There is a little keypad entry to keep out the riffraff. It doesn't change nearly as often as it should. And at night, homeless people upon the tower, and they get in, really no problem, and use the facilities. I wish that they wouldn't, because, like, the homeless people don't deserve bed bugs, so they shouldn't be using the facilities. And I do not even believe that we are getting the bed bug problem from the homeless people who are entering and squatting in the empty apartments and using the facilities at all. There are so many elderly residents here who cannot take care of themselves, who cannot live alone, and who have been abandoned by their loved ones to die in this ghetto slum. So let me show you the other problem that I have personally, because I'm a person who uses a very large upright power wheelchair. This bathroom is not large enough for me to get my power wheelchair into the bathroom and get the door shut and sit on the toilet. In fact, I have had accidents on more than one occasion because I opted for puzzling puzzling my chair into the bathroom rather than shitting or pissing with the door completely wide open because my chair would be right here. This is the view from where my chair would be. I would just be in plain view using the bathroom. So this bathroom needs to be made bigger, and it needs better handicap accommodations. There should be a bar here. And interestingly enough, in some apartment units in the bathroom, there is a bar there. I don't have that in my bathroom. They do have the sink that you can wheel under, and that's very nice. When all of this stuff runs out, I make a service request and it gets refilled, so that's nice. I don't even know what the men's room looks like because I don't use the men's room, so I'm not going to look at that. I wanted nothing more than to just be a member of a lovely community. And, you know, I'm basically retired, but I'm not. I'm still trying to live my dreams, so I'm not ever going to have an apartment that is immaculately clean. It was cleaner before I started making my mom's birthday present today, and I had to rummage through all of my paint. This is exactly what every situation in every apartment looks like. What's right here. And look at this. And there's a little something, but the register isn't supposed to blast air. They told me that at Westlake. The register isn't supposed to be blasting air. It's not an air conditioning unit. Well, mine was, but mine was also leaking black ooze out of the bottom of it. And of course, we have video of my mother opening that up and removing the filter. And you know that I have since spent $200 this month on air filters that have become black within 3 days. They were useless. The elevator is going to go all the way. What is the, I hate even touch door. This door is filthy. I've personally scrubbed it clean myself when I moved in, but it has since become filthy sticky. And this, oh my God, it smells so bad. Oh my God. I mean, it's like a latrine. I've also just dumped an entire bag of diatomaceous earth down here so that the roaches won't be crawling up through the building this way. And I personally scrubbed all of the grime off of this shelf thing. And I splashed soapy vinegar baking soda water down there, hoping to mitigate the roach infestation problem. This is, I can't believe I have to be doing this. You see the lights outside of each of the door. That's because there's a pull string that notifies the office when someone calls for help. However, this is not a function that the Santa Fe Tower Young Management provides anymore. The light will come on, and a light will come on in the office, but they are under no obligation. That is not part of the deal of living here. That's not a safety measure. That pull string in your bathroom, in your bedroom, doesn't actually do anything. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. There's a railing on one side of the hallway and not on the other side of the hallway, which makes no sense. Tired. I'm tired. I feel like I'm doing good, though. Am I doing good? Am I doing good? I hope I'm doing good. The only thing that maintenance really does is put out fires and floods. And that's really all that they deal with. Like if it's not a flood emergency, and there's no maintenance that happens. Like every service order that I've put in has been ignored until and unless I hunt down a maintenance man on the job and convince him to come to my apartment. And you would not believe the skeezy white maintenance men and the rude, disrespectful, incompetent do a better job than most of the maintenance men that come to my apartment. Trust. The incompetent, rude, disrespectful, who also abscond with various things. Maintenance. Antioch Woods slum in Johnson County. Maintenance and management conspired to enter my apartment and steal all of my medication. All of my medication. At the time, in fact, the day that I came home with 3 months supply of 5 milligrams of oxycodone, someone entered my apartment and stole all of my medication, including my 3 month supply of 5 milligram oxycodone. I personally know multiple women who their maintenance men have entered their apartment hidden inside of their apartment and waited until night to pop out and try to rape women. We need better doors, better security than what we have in order to be safe. But there is no safety from someone who has the key to your apartment, is there? It sucks. It sucks. And it's not just me. I'm just the only one who's talking about it. So, whoops, I just got water on the floor. I am in not giving a fuck mode right now. I don't know if you'll be able to. You see, those are political signage that I found on the ground that I brought home. And this is my handiwork. Those were just gaping holes. Gaping holes that roaches were crawling out of. Every one of these patches, that was just a gaping hole around the pipework. And so I have done the best job that I can, and I think you will admit that I have done a very good job, but it has not stopped the problem. But I mean, we're in a situation where, ask anybody, the tiny little baby roaches, they crawl right out of the outlets. They crawl right out from the light sockets, from the switches on the walls. So one of the things that I have contributed to this apartment community, which has been very appreciated by the people who have started implementing it, is diatomaceous earth. And that's the white powder that you see all over my apartment. And it looks dirty and dusty and like maybe unkept, like I'm not a good housekeeper. But that is what kills the roaches. And I have been busting my ass 12 hours every day trying to get this apartment in a week. What my floor plan and organization usually takes 4 years to get set up. So that's why I've been working 12 hours every day. But I have been working my butt off in this apartment, shifting everything around. And I've only seen like 10 cockroaches. And of those 10, only 5 of them were alive. So, my apartment is definitely not problematic for cockroaches. One of the reasons for that is because I know how to live with cockroaches. Do you see that? It's cereal. It's cereal sealed in a Ziploc bag. Not rolled up in its box. This is where the cereal lives. This is how you do. This is how you have to do. All of your food in storage bags. Sealed storage bags. Clean your dishes every single night if you can. I'm not always able to, but I do the best that I can. And stop up the sink. Where's my sink stopper? It's floating somewhere around here. Well, I don't know where my sink stopper is. Oh, here it is. It's a terrible sink stopper. I've been shopping around for a better one because it really just sits there, and then you want to weight it down with something. So, but yeah, this is that's that situation. And then, so one of the things that I've been trying to get maintenance to do since the day I fucking moved in, since the very first day that I moved in, I was trying to get maintenance to do something about the incredibly foul odor that emanates from both of the holes of my sink. It actually smells like a dead, rotting corpse. Actual dead corpse aroma. Yes, Mindy knows what dead things smell like. She sure does, yes. And maintenance never came and did anything. Periodically, black sludge would come up from this. It would get all of my clean dishes dirty again, so I would have to rewash the bottom halves of all of my dishes. It was foul smelling. And so because maintenance never did anything, and I don't know how many work orders I put in for that, I just duct taped right over that hole, and now I don't have to rewash my dishes all the time. Save myself a lot of work. Duct tape. Duct tape is my best friend, huh? Sure is. Duct tape is your best friend if you live in a slum ghetto. Doo-doo-doo. So Jose is the fuck off Mexican maintenance fuck off who changed my door fridge. He scratched up my floor pulling the fridge out, and he didn't put it back together right. So instead of it having the proper balance to not fall all the way back like that, it falls all the way back like that because he didn't put it back together the way that he took it apart. Who the fuck can't do that? I could have fucking done that better myself, but I didn't want to get in trouble with apartment management for doing an operation on what is essentially their appliance, right? So now every time my freezer door opens, it goes all the way back. And it wouldn't be a big deal, but every step that I take sometimes is excruciatingly painful. So me having to lean forward and get my freezer door and fridge door when they fall all the way open, it's actually very problematic for me. It actually is a constant misery and a reminder in my life that I live in a fucking ghetto. I can only assume that the damage I am being clocked for, I'm sorry, my cat is dying and I am I clean it, I get it all clean, and then I've got to like pull out stuff, and yeah, it's not good. My cat dying is certainly an extenuating circumstance, though. Oh. The noodles bit it. I forgot I threw those noodles at the wall. This is, I assume this is the damage that they're speaking of, which was my chair. I mean, look at how narrow this hallway is. And I had the speed up too high, and I was driving it with a headache. I'm never under the influence of any drugs or any mind-altering medication that would prevent me from being able to drive. But maybe this is what they're talking as intentional or negligent damages to my apartment. I don't know. The flimsy little rubber thing came right off, and my chair scraped it off of this side too. And a whole lot of roaches travel under that. And I had my litter box here, and there is so much depth right here to catch litter. It's like crazy. So I'm gonna have to like grout this myself. Yeah. And then in the bathroom here, if the shower curtain is not all the way closed, the water that comes out here, it pools from being over here, water puddling over here, pools out into the hallway, outside of the apartment, in the hallway. And I don't know if we'll get the special treat. Any black chunks right now? Huge black, I mean like, huge black chunks come out of this sometimes. When I'm trying to draw a bath, I just have to scrap my bath because there's black chunks in it of God knows what. This is a terrible bar here. This is not a good thing to prevent falling. I mean, look at how that operates. That's not great. This one is nice. This is good. Here's the postering I was talking to you about. It's the illusion of safety and security only. This does nothing. There's one in the bedroom too. This does nothing. Do not be fooled. I've had maintenance come multiple times for this issue. And what I had done is, because once I stop up the sink, see that? It doesn't go back. It's not moving. See, I'm moving the plunger. And yeah. And I shouldn't have set my flashlight phone down, huh? Because under the sink here, there's a metal bar that is broken, and the sink thing needs to be replaced. And I looked at it at Westlake. It's like a $20 thing, and they just won't go buy the $20 thing and properly repair the sink. So it's like, gosh, am I gonna have to do that myself? I actually started calculating all the tools and all of the implements that I would need from Westlake Ace Hardware to do all the maintenance in my apartment myself, and I was like, what the fuck, man? This is why you live in an apartment. Like, and that's fine and dandy for me that I know how to do maintenance. Like, I know how to install a sink and fix a toilet and shit, but like, this should not be on me. This is neglect on the part of young management. And, yeah, I mean, and I certainly do have a lot of clutter. One thing about clutter and roaches is that, yeah, roaches love clutter. Roaches love clutter that just sits and sits and sits. Roaches do not love clutter that shifts around all the time, and I'm always cleaning. If I'm able to, I am always making home. I am always making home, because I don't want to live in a cluttery, messy apartment either. But I only moved in a year ago. It's a work in progress. I'm really proud of the bedroom. It's coming along very nicely. This is going on that wall there. And look at this plushy corner. This needs to be all folded up. Both of these things are going to be all folded up, like shoved into the corner. And then all the plushies are going to sit on there. And like, that's like my happy space. Very excited about that. And since it's not furniture, I can't imagine that egress would be an issue, because certainly no fireman is going to be impeded by a soft landing when he comes through the window. But yeah, I don't have the mental capacity or the physical energy to tackle this today. Look, I took everything out of that box. I just dumped everything out of the box so that I could put Grim in the box last night. So I wasn't sleeping with him, because I don't want to roll over onto him, break his legs accidentally. I don't think he can even feel his legs. My pride and joy. My arcade unit. The Korn concert that I went to with, right now, the love of my life. I want him to be my husband. That friend. I think it's relatively easy to tell that I'm not a hoarder, but I am a toy collector, and these aren't hoarder displays, you know. These are curated collections, and the solution is not to get rid of everything that I own. It's not possible. I mean, like, all of this is just craft supplies. There is socks in 2 of the drawers, and the rest of it is just craft supplies. I am an artist. I am a crafter. There's no way that my apartment is ever going to be, like, immaculate. I had to dig through all that paint, so, like, everything's pulled out of there. You know, everything's got to be organized, and organization was not one of my strong suits before my traumatic brain injury. And at this point now, like, oh man, it's like nothing doing. That is the hardest thing in the world. And I keep having to clean because I'm under the gun. And that just gets like an out of sight, out of mind thing. And I have object impermanence. So for me, if a cabinet door is closed, I don't even think that it opens and that there's anything behind it. And that's not cereal in those boxes. That has patterns in it. And this has probably old chip bags, clean, empty old chip bags, because Mindy is a genius. I am a genius artist. Make no mistake. Look, I made a wall sconce with a screaming hot veggie straw chip bag. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did that. I did that. Yeah, I did. And I'm still perfecting the art, you know. Still perfecting the art of the craft, but here's a natural Cheetos thing, and whoops. The beet puffs. I really like how the beet puffs turned out. I'm trying to like get the coaster out, the Cheetos coaster. So here's my Cheetos coaster attempt. And if I had all the time in the world, if I had a house that I could, clutter up my backyard and I mean, if I had a house, I would be golden. But I'm not gonna have a house because paying rent on time, never a day late, never a missed payment your entire life doesn't do anything to get you a house at all. So, yeah. The system is what's wrong. I'm not wrong. The system is what's wrong. So, we're just here exposing the system, right? I feel like I've done a pretty adequate job. Ugh, all those little bugs skeezed me out. I'm so glad I went into the laundry room and told those people about the bed bug infestation. I mean, the last thing you want is to just do curtains and rugs and have your whole house infested because of curtains and rugs. What a blessing. What a blessing that I got fed up with feeling hopeless and helpless and facing homelessness. Like, I don't deserve to be homeless. Look around. Look around. This is my home. This is my home. This is where I want to stay, and I'm going to fight tooth and nail to stay here. Look, this is going to be so great. Have like a little like stone area. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And this is going to, having these vertical, that's going to open up the space, give it the illusion of height. Yeah, exciting stuff. I was cleaning a hubcap and it got like spotted dirt stuff all over. It's not paint or anything, it comes right off. I do need help cleaning this, or maybe I just need to buy another one. I actually hate this thing. It was never the right one for me. This gets so hot, like I burn my knuckles, like opening this, like often, and you can tell that it gets hot. Like, look at how the heat is escaping here. And it's got these like fucking like, not a click. There's not a click. It's that kind of fucking thing. I hate that shit. And, yeah. It gets the job done though. My oven didn't work, but now my oven works. They did fix my oven, but my burner doesn't work. And because the burner would get hot, but never hot enough to boil water. See, now, you only have enough hot water. You don't have enough hot water to draw a bath here. So I have to boil hot water on all 4 of the burners of my stove in my largest pots that I have in order to have a hot bath. And I noticed that my only large burner never boiled water. And that's not getting electricity to it. So because that might be an electrical problem that could cause an electrical fire, I've unplugged it completely. See, that's a small burner, and this is a big burner cover, but no, it's a tiny burner too. I do like these burner covers that I got. Welcome to my happy place. I love this door just solely because it reminds me of Mr. Ed, and Mr. Ed is something that I shared with my grandmother. So yes, like my grandma is cooking with me. These are the Ghostbusters cups. I got all of the Ghostbusters merch. You know, there's 4 people in my family, in my immediate family. My mom, my dad, my little brother, and me. So I got 4 cups when I went to see Ghostbusters Afterlife alone, and I sent text messages. I text messaged everyone in my family. The same exact messages, the same exact photos. Exactly like they were all there with me. And these Slurpee cups, these Slurpee lids, that I'm not sure what size they're from. They were just like, I grabbed some because I was like gonna craft something with them for Monster High, and then I didn't do that, and I had them when I brought these home, and I keep forgetting to get more. Like, I was just at 7-Eleven, but they fit this perfectly. And if I was to cut out the top of this, then these would inset into it. And so then what you would want to do, what I'm going to do is then have little LED lights inside. Yeah. So, yeah. Um, Slurpees, man. Oh gosh, I remember sitting in the hot car waiting for my mom to get off work at Oak Park Mall, Deck the Walls. And we would get a Slurpee. And that was just the best that life ever was going to get a Slurpee. So they're one of my absolute favorite things. It's a joy in life, no matter how down and out I am. If I can scrape together and get a cool Slurpee cup, go get myself a Slurpee, I'm right as rain. Sometimes I just need a Slurpee like you wouldn't believe, man. And Quick Trip has like really good Slurpee options also. And Icy, oh my gosh, Icy was like something you got at the pool and something that you got at Kmart. And so like the Icy brand is like just like super important to me. And I'm really happy to have this. Like, it has a lenticular texture, but there's no lenticular illusion to the cup. It's an odd thing. It's a half-assed lenticular icy cup, but I'll take it, right? I also have little plush polar bears, the icy polar bear mascot, who's holding, sewn to his little, is a little icy cup charm. I'm not sure where that is, but I would never get rid of it. Somebody might steal it from me. I have such cool stuff. I can't let anybody into my life because people steal things from me. They think I won't notice because I have so much stuff, but everything I have has a memory attached to it. And look, my pride and joy. Sometimes I just come in here and I'm like, look, I have arrived. Look at how shit together I am. I got my Krispy Kreme donut box that I just had that box for years, just sitting around, just like, oh my gosh, don't mess up that box. But I am shit having together Mindy. I got it in its marshmallow white frame. Look at that. Look at that. And look at the, like, it's all well and good to like save like cereal boxes and stuff, but like if you're not going to frame them and put them on your wall, what's the point? I need to get a frame for that box still. My Little Caesars Batman box, and yes, I did eat that pizza, and no, it didn't look like a bat at all, and yes, it was delicious, and yes, I got very, 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 very sick and had headaches for days because I'm not allowed to have gluten or dairy because it gives me headaches. Ha ha ha. That's the Ghostbusters Afterlife popcorn bucket. That's the Stay Puft Quality Marshmallows popcorn bucket. That's the PS4 Slurpee. That's my R2-D2 popcorn bucket that I mailed away for. This is an independent brand Ghostbusters Ecto Soda. It did not taste like Ecto Cooler, but it was okay, and it's good art. Yeah. I'm gonna have all that Ghostbusters stuff is gonna go along here. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a parade of Ghostbusters merch. Yeah. Yeah. So that's exciting. But I'm not going to be able to do that just yet, you know. This is the best popcorn maker I've ever had. It is the best popcorn maker. Now, Hello Kitty item, Sanrio item is no longer an indication of quality at all. Stop buying the shit. Stop buying the shit, people. Stop buying the shit. They'll stop making the shit. They'll start making it better because you demand better. Every Hello Kitty thing for the last 20 years has been fucking garbage. Fucking stop buying it, please. But that very old Hello Kitty popcorn maker, that thing is still trucking. It's been dropped. It's broken in several places. And it is still the best popcorn maker I have ever had. Hello Kitty Sanrio used to be an indicator of high quality. It no longer is. Stop buying it. And there is so much clutter on my counter. I wouldn't be surprised if I picked stuff up and some roaches scattered around, but none of it is none of it is really food. It's not food, and it's not garbage. So, yeah. Grim did not want this vegetarian food, but he doesn't want any food. He's not eating anything at all. I'm going to give that all to my neighbor Joshua. who is an angel and a god among men, and I love him. He's like super hot too, which I didn't notice until like, I don't know, like the last time I saw him. And like he and I have been hanging out for like a good long while. And like I'll wear a mask, but he won't wear a mask, so it's not because his face was hidden. It just like did not occur to me until we like had a bunch of time apart and then ran into each other in the hallway, and I was just like, oh my damn. Like, did not realize. And I don't think he realizes how completely dawsome he is either. I don't think he does. And I think that men are far better when they do not realize that they are dawsome. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I just like syringes, okay? Look, here's my cow art. Someday I have a steady hand, I need to go over it because it wasn't even a Sharpie pin. You remember the pins that they had in school. They were like conical on either end and ribbed, and like that's what that is. It's not even a Sharpie. I didn't even do it with a Sharpie because that's not what they provide you to use in high school. But this cow, this joyful cow, it's my pride and joy. And this cow is looking over at that joyful cow like, fuck are you happy about? And this cow is dissociated as fuck. Look, this is my Kamen Rider X-Aid collection, and this is very important to me because I enjoyed this and experienced this with absolutely no one to talk with about it. I didn't watch it with anybody. Nobody gave a shit about it. It was just all me. It is the best season of Kamen Rider that there's ever been. It's video game medical themed. It's the fucking bomb. If you haven't seen Kamen Rider X-Aid, you are missing out. I tell you, like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So here's what I've had to do in order to not die from toxic mold poisoning. These are the $200 worth of filters that I put over the register, which was projecting air, though it should not have been. And I think you can tell how old that is. Yeah. It is very old, by the by. It is very old. That's my spooky pony mobile. I had a friend over, and he recognized that those are not all authentic My Little Ponies. And it blew my mind, I tell you what. I cannot believe that a full-grown adultin-ass man was like, oh, My Little Ponies. Oh, well, some of them aren't actual My Little Ponies. Like, dude, these are the ballerina fakies. They are really good dupes. If you don't know, if you're just like glancing up at that, but like a prime indicator is that only Nirvanas would be like this. And there are not, as far as I'm aware, and I'm probably right because I know my pony stuff, there are not Nirvanas of the My Little Pony ballet posable series that are in the tropical bright colors. That's just my Monster High dolls. They're doing their stuff. I don't need them looking at me when I'm not like playing with them. They're living their lives. But this is Blacklight, both of these. These are from 2001. And yes, I do have 1, 2, 3 TVs. Ha ha ha. Because video game, YouTube for music, cartoons and movie. I have ADHD, ADD, severely, and even more severely since the last time that I was dragged into the asylum against my will and wrongfully. Remember that? We all know that story, right? Oh, Mindy was performing cat urine exorcisms on passersby against their will on the corner of the street outside of the pizza place. Wow, that's a whole string of bullshit. That's a whole string of bullshit that I got held accountable for. Huh. Huh. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. That's my grandma's table. That's my sofa. This is my baby Grim. Oh, look at you. You're so beautiful. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, sweetie, are you excreting some foulness from your body? I got a tin. Oh, look. Daddy loves you. Daddy's just broken. Daddy's just broken. Daddy's just an addict, but he loves you. Daddy loves you. He loves you, and he's here. He's here because I'm here, and he's in me, apparently always. Because he was my husband by common law marriage and by blood ritual. I think. I don't know. We definitely planned to do the blood ritual, but I don't remember if we ever did it. But yeah. Yeah, my life is good except for the whole slumlord eviction situation. I'm doing real good. Proud of myself.